It should not work that way. Violence should not bring good to anybody. By the grace of God, we are here to support good governance. But please, let materials get down. Let go for this 3 o'clock. This 3 o'clock, Ewu is a terrain that only every other thing that can go there is by speedboats. We are here. The coppers who will do everything, they are here.
They said the materials should pass through Bomandi, which is almost 4 local government away from where we are going. Even 6 hours drive. Some minutes before 3 o'clock, the deputy governor came and he started harassing the EO, telling the EO that you must move these materials to the riverine area. And I told him it's not possible because this is the time. Accreditation ought to have ended by 12. Accreditation starts 8 o'clock. That is the electoral act. And anything short of it has come short of the law. And therefore, such election will not be held to be a valid election.
Well, those are some of the reactions of those who participated in that election. Well, what is on the lips of some of these people are that there is no election. If there are no election, we saw ballot boxes there. If there is no election, we saw people thumbprint their voters' paper there. And one may want to have a sense of the fact that there is no election in the sense that they are not happy with the conduct or what, Charles?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the loser would always not be happy with the conduct of the elections in most cases. But then, you know, Delta State is a peculiar case. Like in all Niger Delta State, you have a significant landmass that is in the creeks, in the swamps, in the riverine areas, and these are very, very difficult terrains to negotiate. And so you always have, you know, cases of voting materials arriving in these places rather late or not on time, as the case might be. And so we have the issue of voting materials not arriving in the riverine areas early enough, and sometimes it throws the spanner into the works as far as the conduct of polls is concerned. Of course, you also had one of the officials there, one of the stakeholders, complaining that the deputy governor, well, I might take that to mean the deputy governor of Delta State harassing some of the electoral officials to move voting materials here and there.
Well, we wonder that why would this kind of election, which is just in one senatorial district, there are 3 senatorial districts in Delta State. If one senatorial district election is causing this kind of reactions and this kind of challenge, well, Sharon, what do you make of it? If
you see, I mean, what's puzzling is that they were complaining about the militarizing of elections. But then let's also not forget that when elections were not militarized, we had cases of ballot box snatching, you know, thugs of any of the parties
again, I guess
come and then, you know, in the full view of everyone, just go there, grab the ballot boxes, grab the electoral materials, and sometimes even grab the electoral officials and disappear.
Make away with the box and come back with your own results.
Exactly. Before you know what's happening, you have results, and then people have no choice but to accept them. Then you now have the presence of security agencies, and then people are complaining that it's excessive. They call it the militarizing of elections. But then, of course, maybe we have a situation of being between the rock and the hard place, or between the devil and the deep blue seas, or if you like, which is a better option? Being at the mercy of thugs who will snatch ballot boxes and sometimes electoral officials and run away, or being at the mercy of security agents.
Or being intimidated by the by the presence of the security agents. Well, that's the dilemma that we are in. You either take it that talks take over the election, or you allow the military men to actually take charge of the situation. That's what we have seen in so many elections in the past few years in Nigeria. But for this particular election, the by-election in Delta State, it brings a lot of questions to the fore, and it's also bringing a big question mark on the conduct of that election regarding what INEC did right or what it did wrong. Whooping 263,024 votes. That is what the PDP candidate came out with in that particular election. And the party which came second in that election is no joke at all. it's just 29,075 votes. That is so enormous.
That's about 10% of the winning party's vote.
That is so much.
Oh yes.
Maybe you want. You probably will want to take away the fact that, or you may not be able to take away the fact that it's a PDP state.
Look, Delta State is a PDP state. Take it or leave it, and well, it will be an uphill task for any other party. Well, say the power of incumbency might be at play, and then dislodging the People's Democratic Party from Delta State for the moment.
Whatever that comes out of this charge, I guess, is a lesson for INEC. It's a lesson for voters.
Definitely.
It's a lesson for the political parties.
Ahead of the 2015 elections, and maybe some of the elections we'll be having in 2014 as well.
You're very right.
Why not? Let's not forget that we have Anambra State around the corner.
Of course, yes. Let's prepare our minds that elections are around the corner. The experience here we've seen in Delta State brings to mind some of the challenges we've seen in elections so far. How INEC is able to rise up to the occasion is
when they move across the River Niger in a month or so.
That is a huge work. All right, one major question that is on the minds of some critics is what will be the purpose of this national conference? Will it be to override the efforts of the National Assembly that has been busy trying to amend the Constitution, or will it be to set up a sovereign national conference? Well, I know you have a lot going on your minds right now, but you can share it. Just go on Twitter and tweet at me, Sheung, or send an email to politicstoday@channelstv.com. Meanwhile, we caught up with representatives or spokesperson of the different ethnic divides or major ethnic groups in Nigeria. And these were their reactions relating to the national conference. Take a listen and we'll be right back.
We need a sovereign national conference to fashion out a new constitution. The constitution
that is one of Nigeria's prominent legal practitioners asking for a sovereign national conference in 2010. But in 2013, the leader of the All Progressives Congress, Mr. Bola Tinubu, seems not to agree with that.
I see a contradiction here. I will discuss with my party. I see a diversion here. I will discuss with my party. I see deception here. I will discuss with my party. I see lack of honesty and integrity here.
The constitution of the committee chaired by Senator Okunomu has also generated reactions.
I told you we'll never canvass for the conference. And we therefore don't know the name, the content, and the area it will cover. We don't even know the score.
It's just a cosmetic approach to our solution. It's not a direct approach. The real approach to the solution is national sovereign conference.
It's a right step in the right direction. And by setting up this committee, I think the president is trying to convince Nigerians that he means business.
A big question is how badly do we need this national conference, and is it capable of solving the nation's problems?
National conference, whatever I want to call it, the confabulation representing Nigeria, as like Bola Ige pointed out, will ask, one, do we want to live together? And if so, how? Those are the two questions. And once they elaborate the blueprint that will create a new Nigeria, such blueprint will be put into a national referendum or a plebiscite.
Naturally, you expect as a young man the unity of this country is not negotiable.
Another big question is the issue of representation and the constitution of delegates to the conference.
Every nationality must be respected, like I said, but we cannot look at a way, of course, maybe a proportional representation. For instance, an Ogun, 500,000 people, Yoruba, almost 50 million people. Now, we may look at proportional representation based on the numerical strength of each people, but when it comes to voting at the conference, each nationality should have more than one vote.
This country is standing on a tripod, the Hausa, the Igbos, and Yorubas. And if for us to move ahead, this three tripod has to come together.
It's better to talk to Jojo than box.
It is hoped that with this issue of national conference, it will get everyone talking, and at the end of the day, the many problems of Nigerians may just be on its way to be solved. I'm Shehu Okimbaloye, reporting for Channels Television News. Well, those are